le quiero pedir en público de que investiguemos a todos los que están acá. Para atrás y para adelante. Yo me imagino que pues no hay ningún problema, ¿no? Hay una persona que me dijo una vez, mire, ¿y tú no le temes a la muerte? Yo le dije, no, pues claro, nadie se quiere morir. Yo no me quiero morir, pero... Entonces a mí no me va a pasar eso.
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. We often say on this program that the moment of enlightenment is understanding that your government is an organized criminal cartel, and that organized criminal gang is organized against you, the American. Who are the victims? You, the taxpayer. Who are the people being extorted? Who are the people that are being beaten down and abused by this gang of miscreants and criminals? It's you. And the government is unified against the people. And that's how it works. And it's very interesting to see exactly how raw that is when you look into the third world and when you look into like literal criminals out in the open being exposed. And that's something that's happening right now in the nation of El Salvador. And this is not a nation that I expected to like talk about as a paragon of decency, non-corruption, and peace. El Salvador is one of the bloodiest, murderous, gang-ridden hellscapes. Even though it's a beautiful country, obviously, nothing against the people of El Salvador. I've never been there. Let go now, because there's a guy named Bukele in charge. The honorable president of El Salvador, Bukele, gathered every single official in the executive branch of government together into one room. Red wedding here, baby. And announced a surprise. He has asked his attorney general to investigate every single one of them for bribery. And he made this announcement, and it is just a thing of beauty to look at the expressions on the faces of the government officials. Imagine if this happened in America. You ever seen that meme? Like, Lord, I've seen what you, like this, like, TV preacher, Lord, I've seen what you've done for other people. Please do it for me. I'm praying for this to happen in this country. Go.
Como pueden ver ustedes, todos los que estamos aquí reunidos son parte del Ejecutivo, del órgano ejecutivo, que es el del cual yo estoy encargado, a excepción de una persona. Es el fiscal general que está aquí. Él no es del Ejecutivo. Y está acá por una razón bien sencilla. Y es porque le quiero pedir en público de que investiguemos a todos los que están acá. Para atrás y para adelante. Yo me imagino que pues no hay ningún problema, ¿no? Hay una persona que me dijo una vez, mire, ¿y tú no le temes a la muerte? Yo le dije, no, pues claro, nadie se quiere morir. Yo no me quiero morir, pero yo sé que me voy a morir algún día, como todos. Si hay algo que no se puede escapar es de la muerte. Todos los que estamos aquí en 100 años, pues, no va a haber nadie vivo. Nadie. Ninguno de los que estamos aquí, lo más probable es que nadie sabe cómo se llama el papá del abuelo de uno. Pero hay algo que yo sí le tengo miedo, y es a dejar un mal legado. Y hay presidentes, unos presos, otros fugitivos, pero la mayoría son recordados como ladrones. Yo no quiero ser recordado como el ladrón. Entonces yo no robo, porque no quiero ser recordado como el ladrón o el corrupto. Pero hubo un presidente, el presidente Duarte, que la gente decía en ese entonces, el presidente no es ladrón, pero se rodeó de ladrones. Y en algún momento representó una esperanza para el pueblo salvadoreño. Pero si acaso es verdad que él no robó, qué tonto fue. Porque él era la esperanza del pueblo, no tocó un centavo y manchó su legado por rodearse de ladrones. Entonces a mí no me va a pasar eso. Yo no voy a ser el presidente que no robó, pero se rodeó de ladrones. Pero que me recuerden como el presidente que no robó y que no dejó que nadie robara. Y al que robó lo metió a la cárcel. Ya hay un par que ya están en la cárcel.
The look on the faces of the officials, going like pale white. This man knows what his legacy is going to be. Please God, let it happen here, says Pasobic. Bukele, president of El Salvador, brings everyone in and then tells everybody they're under investigation for bribery. Look at all of their faces. Oh, yeah. Putting on a masterclass for all the world to see and how to be a transformative, once-in-a-generation leader. I hope that others around the Western Hemisphere pay attention. They're absolutely remarkable, says Charlie Kirk. Bukele, if there's one thing I fear, it's leaving a bad legacy. That's exactly right, man. What if more people actually thought about that? What if Joe Biden thought about this? What if any of these people in their degenerate old nursing home era, Mitch McConnell in his 80s, Chuck Schumer in his 80s, Nancy Pelosi in her 80s, Joe Biden in his 80s, Klaus Schwab in his 80s, George Soros in his 90s. What if these people actually thought for a second about their legacy? A legacy of destroying our borders, destroying our currency, destroying the way of life here, destroying like the potential to have the American dream, own a home, like make a living. What if any of them thought for a second about legacy? Meanwhile, in Spain, Sanchez's wife just caught in a blatant corruption scandal. Sanchez responded by declaring himself the irrefutable face of democracy that cannot be questioned ever again. Why can't we get a Bukele in Spain? America needs a Bukele. That's what everyone is saying here. Western elites must be getting tired of how bad this guy makes them look. They won't put up with it much longer. Pray for Bukele. That's exactly right. Bukele informed every single member of El Salvador's branch they'll be investigated for bribery. Oh, yeah. And he did it live on air. Such a beautiful thing. And then he posted it. Here we go. Posted it. Let's translate the post. It is not the first, and it will not be the last. If God allows it, our war against corruption will be as successful as our war against the gangs. Ooh, baby. There it is. This is the post, of course, from the man himself. You should go follow him. Philosopher King. And what's this? What's going on here? Well, this is, of course, his crowning achievement, other than rooting out the corruption. Crowning achievement. He has taken his nation of El Salvador for homicides. Were nearly 7,000 homicides in 2015. It's not that big of a nation, okay? And in 7 years, homicides are down to 154. Less people getting murdered is a good thing. More bad guys in jail is a good thing. Look at this. Homicide rate in Latin American and Caribbean countries. Goodness gracious. Jamaica? Wait, look at what's going on in Jamaica. Don't visit Jamaica. Jeez. Ecuador, Haiti, Trinidad, Tobago, Honduras, Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, Costa Rica, okay, Puerto Rico, uh-oh, Dominican Republic, but now you're sort of getting down towards the bottom of the list here. And then you have El Salvador at the very, very bottom. Just take a teeny fraction of what some of the other countries like Honduras are, Venezuela are. Just remarkable. Why would that be? El Salvador opens up 40,000 inmate prison in war against gangs. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. El Salvador says 6,000 security forces deployed against gangs. They just use the military to go round up the gangs. Luckily, the gangs tattoo themselves, so it's very easy to round them up. This guy's speaking at CPAC. He spoke at CPAC during CPAC this last fall, and he put the globalists on notice. And he said, you know what? Like, we're not going to have that here. George Soros? Who elected George Soros to dictate public policies or laws? Why are you all scared of him? El Salvador is a brick wall. Listen to this.
They don't have a democratic mandate. If they want a seat in the table, they should run for office. Let the people vote. It will not be a pretty sight for them if the elections are free and fair. I mean, who elected Soros to dictate public policy and laws? Why does he feel entitled to impose his agenda? Let me tell you something. Soros and his cronies hit a brick wall in El Salvador. Thank God Thank God, and all the glory be to him, Salvadorans are now immune to his influence. No one believes his lies anymore over there.
And the final thing, of course, because this guy's attacked all the time in the press, the final thing is, man, his message to the media. Democracy needs a free press. Don't call yourself a journalist if you are just an activist. They hate this guy. Ooh, they hate this guy. Listen.
If the police was created to bring law and order, let them bring law and order. If the judicial system was created to bring justice, let them bring justice. Let them protect their purpose at all costs. Same goes with the press. Let them be free. A democracy needs a free press. But to enjoy that membership, you must adhere to your duty as a reporter. Report the facts. Don't be a puppet of those who finance you or finance the organizations that you work for. Your freedom of speech will always be protected. We believe in free speech. Everyone here believes in free speech. Your free speech will always be protected. But don't call yourself a journalist if you're just an activist. Don't call yourself independent if you depend in open society. Sarah's NGO for those sacred institutions have morphed away from the reason they were created. We should not defend those institutions for the sake of being institutions. Instead, we should defend the principles that created those institutions in the first place.
We love him. We want to interview the guy. We want to try. We've actually requested an interview with the guy. We've reached out to his people. We're gonna go to El Salvador. Never thought I'd be saying that. I'd love to go to El Salvador. We'll show you exactly what it's like down there, and also we'll show you what it's like to stay based by liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. It's your boy Benny.